holding my hands like it's no thing. Jacket same color as the smoke stains. Pray to God that I never grow old, but I also pray to God that I grow wings. Damn, can't lie, today was a good day. Fell fly, new cool kicks and a kick-ass ride. And I kick it with my dogs, we just tryna get by. Just a couple of punts, all trying to get by. Just a couple of teens, all trying to survive. Live to the max, cause you don't live it twice. Couple green thumbs, all highs.
Bro, no, Max. I have had quite the day. Alright.
Welcome back to another episode of Life to the Max. We're with Murfee today.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling?
Murfee's the guy behind the music, if you guys don't know. He's the main guy who made Green Thumb, the intro song to Life to the Max podcast. But as always, I'm the quad father, Maximilian Gross, and we're going to get into Murfee's story. What's your first name, bro?
Jack.
Jack.
Full
Murfee.
name.
I thought it was Brian Murfee.
Nah, the full government is Jackson Charles Murfee.
Jackson Charles Murfee.
That's it.
Why'd you go with Murfee as your name?
Okay.
What were the names that you have?
So bad. It's so bad, dude.
Come on, bro.
Bro, the first ever name that I debuted as was Slunk.
Slunk?
Yeah, bro.
Why Slunk?
I don't know, bro. It was so corny. It's like my deepest secret. Like
Slunk.
I had
You just told everybody.
I know. I had to go public. I had 5 tracks out, and they were just shitty YouTube beat raps.
You told me that. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm up in the club. It was just some. It was it's not who I am. I was just trying to be somebody.
Right.
But I was the process that I was doing. It wasn't the music that I was making, but it was the process in which took place during the creation of that music that really led to the passion. Because once I was man, I want to get into these songs. How do I do that? What if I started making the beats? That shit. I thought that shit would happen a lot quicker than it did.
Right.
I had to spend.
Yeah.
I spent 2 years before my beats were even solid. Now my beats are dope. I teach. I have given courses out to people at my studio in West Chicago for people how to
Wow.
Yeah, and it's I think that's the one thing I want to push with my name. I want Murfee to be a beacon of inspiration for people to realize yo, I can be extraordinary,
And who also was a producer and was a damn good artist as well from Chicago?
Who?
Kanye West.
Exactly.
Yeah,
His beats are so. Every album he has is so good as it is because it's a story. He tells the story. These rappers out here, it's solid if you buy a beat from somebody or if you have a producer who's working side by side with you. But if you're just buying random beats, bro, that's. As a producer myself too, I know the types of beats that are uploaded to YouTube. It's loops with edits in the drums, and it's some very simple shit. You can't tell a story with that. What I do now is man, I got skits, I got songs that transition into each other.
Well, what really made me like Green Thumb is because I'm pretty sure you made it for me. That's why you said "Live to the Max."
I remember where I was when I was writing the chorus. I was in Noodles and Company when I still worked there.
Yeah.
I was washing the dishes, and I was living life to the max. Man, that song has done. That's the song that allows me to have the credibility that I do. When I present myself.
It's a great song, man. The fact that you produced it too is just another level of expertise.
I told you I don't have the beat anymore, right? Did I tell you that?
No.
Dude, so I had this hard drive when I first started. I got it for Christmas, when I first started making beats back in 2020, and I made the beat for Green Thumb on there, and then that's when my hard drive crashed. I had to get a new hard drive. I lost 300 of my beats, and
Jeez.
yeah, so everything from the like old days, I guess, gone. Like I have a couple like scarce in my downloads folder, but most of like my like no guarantees. I don't have any of the beats to anymore. No guarantees is only streamable. I can't edit it.
Well, it's a good thing you put it up.
Yeah,
To stream, right? You gotta have a level of confidence to put something out like that. That's the first thing is putting. When I first put my podcast out and I wasn't like getting like the validation, I was really scared. You know what I mean? I was like, "Fuck, is my podcast gonna do okay?" Even now, I get like 100 views on like a fucking thing, but it doesn't bother me. You know, because it's like you're just waiting.
Yeah, like
Just waiting.
I relate to that a lot. It's like sometimes I see like great numbers. Sometimes I have the best shit happen to me, and when I'm up, a lot of people love it. But when I'm down, when those numbers are low, those numbers are low.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. You know, nobody's looking at you. It's just you who has to keep it going. And there's that. I have that like thrill inside of me that I love to chase. Just knowing like, yo, like I'm gonna keep going. Like I wanna get it, and I'll get it. I won't stop.
Right. All right, Murphy. But let's bring it back to the origins of Jackson. What's your
Charles.
Jackson Charles Murphy. Where'd you grow up?
St. Charles, Illinois.
St. Charles, Illinois.
Yeah, born and raised. I was born in Geneva, and then moved around town, apartment to apartment, and then after the second apartment, we moved into my first childhood crib. That was my mom's, and yeah, I don't really. It's a weird thing. I don't really remember like a lot of my childhood.
It's a lot of repressed.
Yeah,
memories.
a lot of it's repressed, and then that skiing accident kind of erased a lot as well.
Which was what I was gonna ask you, like if you remember much about your childhood, but like if you were interested in anything but music. Do you know what I mean?
I was a gymnast.
You're gym. Oh yeah,
I was a gymnast, but
yes.
I was also before I fell, I was getting back into the drums. I used to play the drums growing up,
Okay.
and then started getting back into just doing simple drum beats. I fell, and then
So let's talk about that. It's because I understand, because you have a traumatic brain injury, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And,
Correct.
You know, and he's still living life to the max. Everybody remember that. He has a TBI, and this guy's still living life to the max. So you got no excuse. Okay?
straight up.
All right. Anyways, so you can't really remember your childhood. I couldn't imagine that for me. So, but you remember the accident. So you were on vacation in Colorado, correct?
Yeah.
And can you explain the story?
So I was going down the hill.
What hill? Like a big one? Is it?
No,
like
not even. It was
like
just
a bunny hill.
yeah, just like it was a simple hill, but it was only like my second or third time skiing,
Okay.
and I ate dinner before I went down for this run, and while I was eating dinner, they stopped making the fake snow, so it gave the snow time to ice over. So when I wasn't like I've never skied this late in my life. Like it was later in the night, and I was going like 3 times as fast than I was earlier in the day because it was all ice. And man, I just hit this like simple jump, and I go up, and the way I land, I just fall, and I hit my head on a patch of ice, and knocked out. And then
Were you wearing a helmet?
yeah, that's what saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the doctor said.
Holy.
But
Like, first of all, you're crazy for trying to do a jump. Why'd you go for a jump?
I don't know. Yeah, I wanted a video.
For the gram?
I like to show off.
Okay. All right. So you hit this jump and you land on your head.
Yeah.
Tell me how this experience goes.
Okay. Hit my head. I'm gone. I'm out. I don't remember anything. And then the earliest memory that I have is getting wheeled out of the hospital. It's very broken up.
Really?
I only remember being wheeled from the elevator to the main door. And I remember when I got wheeled out, dude, it was like I was born again. It was literally like I was born again because when I came out, it's called Javon Bay Hospital. They have an entire, the front wall of their hospital is all glass.
Yeah.
And the sun was rising in. So it was just like sun coming through this humongous wall of glass all on me. And I was in this wheelchair, like all messed up. I was like, I'm getting born again, son. Like, I'm act like this is the second life, and I came back. Man, I was like a very introverted kid before I fell. I never had like confidence or like anything, social skills to talk to people. But after I fell, I just kind of like something in my brain that was like gave me all this anxiety on who I was. Like, I don't know. I just like hit a switch off that was holding me back
Where did the traumatic brain injury happen?
in my brain.
Yeah, where?
I think it was behind my frontal lobe.
Okay.
It's the I forgot, but it's the lobe that affects behavior, impulse, and attitude.
Okay.
So
So
like
basically, you don't give a fuck. No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
it's kind of true. Like I can be a very selfish person sometimes,
Yeah.
and like I don't mean to. Like my whole thing is like I try to be the best version of me, and then but like sometimes my mind just like doesn't understand things like it needs to, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that because they look at me, they think that's a kid who's in perfectly good health. If they knew everything, you know, their opinion would change. But I try to, I guess, just keep maintaining and like
You talk about being reborn on this day. How old were you?
14.
You were 14. So you talk about being reborn on this day. Are you happy this happened? Or are you like content that it happened?
I've pondered that question a lot. If I could have caught myself, something like that, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I'm happy. Like, I wouldn't catch myself. This is everything that's happened is because I took a fall. Like growing up, dude. Like I was bullied in middle school.
Yeah.
I was nobody in middle school. Like nobody. Like I never stood out, you know. But
Everybody's a nobody in middle school.
exactly, bro. Like, nah, I just, you know, like there were kids who used to like bully me, and now those kids are like supporting me, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's just it was like a second birth in the fact that growing up, I've always been a creative kid. Like playing, I've always played with Legos, you know. Like I've always like directing like little movies and stuff. I'm playing the drums, you know, and I've always wanted to be a creative. And after I fell, I was like, yo, like I almost lost my life, you know, like
Yeah.
I almost lost the entire opportunity to become a creative. So the thing I told myself when I fell is I now have the opportunity to be somebody that I never was before in my old life. So then I turned into me. I was
Murfee.
it's been a development. Like when I first started, you know, best, like we said, I wasn't very comfortable, like because I was kind of, it was all new to me. But as time went on, you know, as I graduated and just like the past 19 months that I've been in the scene of music has like just changed me into exactly who I want to be.
So, explain the progression. Okay, so you start by using YouTube Beats. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah. So you start on YouTube Beats, right? And then, how did you just say I'm gonna start getting a keyboard out and start making beats?
Man.
Because that's like a really tough assignment.
Yeah.
Do you know
To
what I
learn
mean?
how to make beats, like
Yeah.
it's something you can't do in you know, not even like a month. Like you obviously can get the basics down in a month, but like there's stuff that I still learn about FL Studio to this day, 4 years later. And it started when I was hearing these beats and I was like, what if this happened? What if that happened? Like, how could I alter this beat to be mine? And I realized like I can't. Like I could buy the stems, but you know, I didn't know what that was when I was starting off.
Right.
But
I mean, you're just a kid.
yeah, exactly.
14,
No,
15.
14. My first ever song that I wrote was about a girl. Like, yeah.
Of course.
And it was some corny song. I hate it. But, you know, I started making beats, and the first ever beat I made was a drum beat. No melody, just drums. The snare wasn't like on rhythm, and it was a shit show. But I every day after school, every day before I would work like every day I would get out of school, get home at like 1:20 because I had my last 2 periods off during my high school time, and from like that time to 4, I would just be making beats.
So you just sit in your house and like write
Yeah.
down like things for beats, like,
Yeah,
and like
right.
how does like okay, so like how does it go to make a beat? Like just break it down like kind of like small, like
I,
you know.
I, okay.
It is
So you open up your DAW.
okay.
My DAW of choice is FL Studio,
What's a DAW?
Digital Audio Workspace or
Okay.
Workshop.
All right.
And then you open up a VST, which is a virtual synthetic tool, and it's like for all your sounds and stuff, and like violins, pads, keys,
Yeah.
leads, all that stuff, and you get to choose between like the different ones. Different ones have different user interfaces, and what I like to do is I like to get some chords and a melody going. Maybe not always chords, but put that down. Get something going. Put a bass line down, definitely, just to fill up the low end. And then I like to throw on the drums. And then after I just, simple drums. And then after I have that, like that little like sample of the beat, then I start adding like extra instruments, layers, sound effects. But I've been getting into a newer style of production of a lot of sampling, but not sampling where it's like just taking 4 bars of a beat and looping it. More so like cutting up like one riff of a sample and like editing the audio.
Right.
And like I've just been studying like a lot of Large Professor, Ninth Wonder. I'm reading a book on Jay Dilla right now.
So you have you have a role model or something that's helping you out through this?
Yeah, like just those like historically great like DJ Premier.
Dre?
Yeah, like who?
Like Dre?
Yeah.
Dre, like
Yeah, like Dr. Dre,
yeah,
double.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, just the way that they produce, like Dr. Dre only uses analog gear, so he uses physical equipment. And with what I have, I don't have the physical equipment, but I try my best like to incorporate old school hip hop in my beats. I can use like gross beat, it's called. That's how I do like scratches. So I like to like scratch up vocals or drum breaks and something like that, just to give it that old school hip hop sound. Because FL Studio really is best for like trap and EDM, but if you know how to use it, like man, I've made some beats that I'm very proud of, like that are old school hip hop, and not a lot of people make beats like that on FL Studio.
Do you ever do you ever like give your beats away to somebody?
Yeah. First beat I ever sold, August 11th, 2020. So I remember that was my first time ever selling a beat. But since then, I've never really I have pushed a couple times to sell some beats, and I've sold them a few times, but it's never been like a routine thing for me to upload beats. It's really just I'll go through my vault, and then if it's like a rainy day, just smoke some, mix them, upload them, and then just be like, yo, check it out. Go buy a beat, get 2 for free.
So when you were in high school, you started producing and making songs, right? So when did you feel confident, and when did you feel like you were gaining attention and notoriety throughout high school and your town?
Senior year, everything changed. My senior year of my life, man. High school was weird. I fucked up a lot in high school. I broke a lot of.
Everyone fucks up.
Yeah, I broke a lot of good women's hearts, and word just got around. It was that's and people just perceived me as somebody who's just selfish, like I said. And that all changed. As soon as I dropped my album, that all changed. People saw me as a creative. They're like, yo, that was actually tight. And I really got much more recognized in my community, which was really dope. Because growing up, all I've ever wanted to be was somebody that stood for something that wasn't stupid or fake. Because in high school, I mean, everybody knew me, but I didn't really like those popular people who I knew that was something temporary, man. What do they have to them? They just got credit. I have a catalog. I have accolades. I have connections, and that's that's what I want to build for, not just like a temporary buzz.
What do you stand for? Like, what does Murfee tell the world?
To just be inspired in every moment of life and take in as much inspiration that you can and fuel it to motivate your goals.
That sounds good, man.
That's
So you went through high school. You probably were pretty popular your senior year.
Yeah, so my senior year. So here's how it went. You know, I started producing No Guarantees end of my sophomore year. Yeah, took the summer off, and then got back into it. You know, it was just me and my homies, Chris and Liam. We would just be in my mom's basement every day after school, just getting high, writing, just fucking, you know, doing some hip hop shit every night, just fucking working on this album. That's why, like, even though I'm so much better than I was, like, when I listen to that album now, I'm like, bro, I could make something better than this in, like, 2 days, you know? Like, it's still a very, very solid album. It still wipes a lot of other people's releases. Like, and, but it's just, I know that I've gained the ability to do better. But
so we've already been over this, but how did you take the criticism?
I just took it, man. I never care what people say. I never care what, like, people who don't have the gall to do it. Like J. Cole said it, man. I can't listen to a critic who's never did it. Like bro, like, you wanna, like, I don't know, like, people doubted me and they were like, yo, like, this white kid from the suburbs, he can't do rap. And it's because the only rap they listen to is, like, that trap radio shit. Like, man, I love spreading messages and ideas in my art. I'm trying to make art.
Dude, I doubted you when I met you for the first time, which is crazy. I met this dude at Cane's. For everybody doesn't know, I met this dude at Cane's. It's like a chicken place.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Yeah, we met Erica, like, you know, like, would talk to you first, and you said you're a rapper, and, like, I have a lot of rappers on, but no, dude, you're not a rapper, you're an artist, you're an MC. That's what you are, okay?
Yeah, it's
don't say you're a rapper, you're an artist.
That's why when people introduce me, he's like, hey, this is like, he's a rapper. I'm like, I don't say shit. I bite my tongue, but I'm like, yo, I'm a rapper. Okay, check out my beats. Check out. I haven't released merch recently, but, like, I had a clothing line that was out, you know, that keep inspiring new generations, and that plans to return. Like, no,
I know.
It goes a lot further than the music when it comes to my life.
Well, I held my tongue with you. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe, like, are you sure, like, this guy is legit? And then he came to my house, fucking baked and, like, not ready to do an interview and, like, not taking it seriously. And then after that, you came back, like, level-headed. We had a decent interview, and you told me about your TBI and stuff like that, you know, and, like, you're just, like, really doing good, man. Like, and I see good things in your future. I don't just give away shoes to someone if I don't believe in them.
True. You are the man for that. You're the man. I got them packed up, all ready to go. Move in, bust them out.
I'll put that in. I'll put it in, like, the video of the podcast and stuff. But okay, so you finished high school, right? What is it like being in the lab, like being in, like, the studio, doing all your music, and then finally showing the world, like, on a stage? What's the difference?
It was the first time I ever did a show. Like, there was so much adrenaline in me. Like, I've never done. Like, now when I do shows, like, I'll just get on the mic and just spit for fun. Like, it doesn't really feel.
Spit right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Alright, I don't need a beat just to do what I do. I keep the rhymes on repeat and I move like a fool, I mean like psych. Moving like a genie, yes, that's through the night. And I'm rubbing on a wish like a genie, yes, I'm on the mic. Y'all don't understand, so I had to say it twice. I'm nice, I'm smooth like I'm butter on rice. Yeah, what that mean is smooth, I mean, I be the meanest dude on the block. Beat 'em up, get 'em good, get 'em got. Cook 'em up, I'm cooking, chopping fillets in the pot, I mean.
Let's go, man.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
That is crazy, dude. Off the dome, no doubt.
Shout out to Caffeine. Gotta love it.
No guarantees.
Listen, and no guarantees. Like, I didn't even know how to freestyle then. Listen, no guarantees. If you listen after this podcast, which I'm sure most of you will, because you are charmed by my swagger. Just know there is a whole new rebranding of me coming out 2025. Like, I have been steadily working on getting a label going. I want to trademark my name as soon as I move out. It's going to be the first big purchase I get when I move out. It's trademarking Murfee. And then after that, I'm just going to invest in myself, invest into my appearance. I want, like more tattoos, like I said.
Yeah.
I want to upgrade my equipment so I get a better recording.
That's a big one. Upgrade your equipment, man.
No, that's a very important, like, because I got the sauce. I just don't have the right, I got all the ingredients. I don't have the right tools, Like,
a lot of people have that too, man.
Exactly.
But I just think it's great that you're like, persevering and like doing that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, not everybody would see not everybody would think, oh, this guy can like spit bars like you just did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with no beat.
Exactly.
Off the dome.
And it's
you know
like,
what I mean? Like so, it's like you're an artist. You know what I mean? You're great. And when I interviewed you the second time, I was like, okay, this kid's alright. He's alright. You know what I mean? Then when I heard Green Thumb, I was like, this kid's fucking dope, man.
put some respect on my name.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
How much practicing does it take to just be able to freestyle?
I was freestyling the entire time on the way here.
Wow.
Like, what I do is I have a 90-hour playlist of like old school instrumental beats, and all I do is just whenever I'm driving, I just put it on. I'm just like, I'll drive, I'll spit. Sometimes I'll just like go quiet for a bit, let myself rest, and then just start spitting again. While the beats, I always have beats playing in my car, and like.
So you surround yourself around it, right?
Yeah, like when nobody's home, I'll do like a full choreography show. I'll be like.
World tour.
Yeah, like
living room world tour.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm in the bathroom singing like I'm looking at like Michael Jackson or something. It's life.
So let's go back to that question. You're in the lab, you're in the studio, you're like, this shit's gonna be raw, and then you finally hear it playing, you hear people like supporting you, you see people like moving their hands up in the air, you know what I mean? What's that like?
It's a dope feeling, cause like I know now, like before it used to be like I was like waving a light, like, yo, look at me. But like I got traction in Illinois now, which is very, very dope to me. Like now it's like I still go out there and hustle, like, hey, look at me, but now it's like I have followers on Instagram that are just loyal, like they just support me, and when I put it out, like I said, I know that I have the ingredients. I know, like, I want a new microphone input, just so I can get like better audio coming from my mic than just what I got right now. But
what were the reactions? Like what was your reaction when you first was on the stage, or the second time you're on the stage? The most crowd you've had, I don't know how big of crowds you've had, but when you first like saw that reaction of how these people are fucking with your music.
My biggest crowd? Yeah. My biggest crowd was I did my like scene, like my high school, but that was like one of my lowest moments, which really taught me to devote myself to the mic. My senior year when I performed, dude, I wrote like a clean single just for like this little senior barbecue. We're all graduating, and I slipped on my lyrics because I wrote it like 2 days before, and people were going along with it because I had the vocals in the background, but I just felt like very embarrassed. I was like, dude, I can't believe I forgot my own lyrics. That was like right when I started, like that was like 2 months after No Guarantees dropped, and it was one of like the hardest moments that I've faced so far. But that moment taught me like, never come without preparation,
Wow.
Like
just missing 2 lyrics.
Yeah.
Like screwed you.
No.
Not screwed you, but
not 2 lyrics. Not 2 lyrics. Like I missed. No, like I was like, I forgot the chorus. Like yeah. So I was letting the background vocals play, and I was just like moving, but I was like, dude, like I want to be spitting this shit like word for word, And that's when like the path of the MC came instead of the performer. So
you always want to be prepared, especially if you're doing shows.
Yeah, but it went from that was like my third ever time on the mic. It went from that. Now, now I'm doing triple digit events. Now I hosted a show September 7th. I made money from my own event, triple digit events. I've had like
the summer send off, right?
yeah, the summer send off. I've had, it's cool. I've done rooms with like 400, 500 people.
Wow.
And
You're
it
not
takes
nervous, man?
it's so weird. It's such weird. I'm so nervous until I get up there. I think I'm just nervous because I'm not up there. Like, because I don't know, it's weird. Like, when I'm on the stage, it's mine. Like, it's just, it's natural. Like, I feel anxious sometimes, like, but I always try to stay mindful and alive whenever I'm on the stage. Like, I try to think, like, yo, how's my choreography looking? Make sure I'm looking at not just once, make sure I'm not just, standing there rapping, move around the stage, talk to the crowd, interact with the people at the front, but I kind of don't feel scared because like I said, I'm very confident in myself. I have to be confident. I have to believe that I'm the best rapper alive in order to succeed in advance. And that's just kind of how I have to portray myself. So when I get to like a venue and there's a bunch of people, I usually reserve, like I keep to myself up until I perform, and then I go and perform, and because I know people are gonna think it's hot. So I'm like, I'm just gonna attract the. I don't want my words to speak. Let my music speak. Let my abilities show you that I'm tight. And
Let
then,
your art speak.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then after I perform, I just come back down. That's when I network because they just saw freshly, like they get a fresh memory in their mind. Like, yo, this kid is fresh. Like he's dope. He can spit. Yes, I'll take your business card. But like, I feel like if I went up to them at like the start of the show before I went on, they're like, yeah, who is this kid?
No, like, I can't imagine that because, I haven't been on stage with 500 people, so kudos to you, man. You're killing it for 19 years old, too, man. Like, when I first found out your age, I was like, oh, shit, this guy's not gonna do that. It's like, no, dude, you're, like, actually putting your life to this, and I like it.
Like,
it's kind of like life to the max. It's
exactly.
my baby.
Yeah.
Your name is your baby.
I'm the prodigy. I'm the prodigy.
Like you only care about hammocking and writing music. That's what you told me.
Pretty much. Hammocking?
Yeah, remember you said you always had your hammock out. You always went to like hammocks. Like you would grab your hammock.
Oh yeah, summer of what is it? It was 2023. It was like summer of 2023. Yeah. Me and my homies, we just bought hammocks and we would just go hammock like everywhere. Like we just fucking, one guy brought the weed, one guy brought the food, and fucking I brought the hammock and the speaker. Fucking it was summer of 2023 was probably like second best summer of my life. Summer of 2024 though, this year, craziest shit of my life. I've seen the most doors have opened and that have ever opened in my entire life. Like respect on respect.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you deserve it though, man.
Thank you.
Like you're like I said, you're in the lab, you're doing the work, and you're upset about like missing lyrics. Like you want to self-improve yourself. You're not saying I'm the shit already. There's people out there already like, yeah, I'm the shit. Like, and I'm gonna get on stage and I can do whatever I want. Like you prepare yourself. Preparation's huge when it comes to like being a performer.
I would say I'm on a constant pursuit of inspiration and growth. And I feel like mostly a constant pursuit of inspiration because a lot of inspiration leads to growth.
Yeah.
So.
It took, like you said, you got reborn that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got reborn with the accident. You wouldn't change it.
Yeah,
and
destiny.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of how I felt. I felt like shit for the first like 3 years when this happened. But then I like found a purpose. I was like, okay, I have an outlet.
Something to do with it. Yeah.
I have an outlet. I can talk to people about something. I can also help people. Like I like helping you business wise. I like to say, hey, don't let people take advantage of you, man. Like if they want you to wear your clothes, they're gonna pay you more.
Yeah.
The next time.
Exactly.
If you do well.
Yeah. Like he hit me up again. I guess like he wasn't really down with trying to pay me, and I was like, okay, I appreciate the free clothes, but it's like if I'm not gonna continue to like go out of my way to make social media awareness if you're not gonna pay me, like
Know your worth.
yeah, exactly.
Always.
It's like
This kid's worth a lot. I'm telling you, he's gonna be big in 10 years. It's gonna be big. You're gonna hear Murphy like probably all over Illinois. At least.
MURFEE all over the world, all over the 7 continents.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
I mean, we're in all the continents. Like when I see that growth on Buzzsprout, when I look at it, I'm like, holy shit! Like people have listened to this podcast in Australia.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Like
you know
looking
what I
at
mean?
looking at the stats like on
Yeah.
Spotify and stuff. It's like, I got people all over the world, and it's like it's crazy. Who are they? Why are they listening? How did they find my
That's
song?
how I feel the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah. It's,
But I also feel like, okay, I gotta keep doing what I'm doing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just got to keep pushing the bar up, and just keep, I guess, raising. Like the reason I can't stop is just because I know like the more that I keep going, the better it gets.
Yeah.
You know, like when I first started, I was only really moving off the what is it? Just like the desire, I guess. But now it's like the way that I'm moving, I still have that desire, but it's also mostly fueled by just like the fact that I've already done it and I know that I love it. Like lived the glimpse of the life, you know,
Yeah.
like shows and shit, going to Houston, like
You went to Houston?
yeah, over the summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
for a show?
twice. So I was an audio engineer for this artist.
Wow.
And I went down with him twice with like a big group of people. We got an Airbnb twice. It was dope.
Do people take you seriously for your age?
Yeah, I mean, I proved myself to them. I
Yeah.
know some people don't take me seriously right away, and I bite my tongue. Like that's like when I get to the venue, like I said, you know, I don't do any. I like to absorb, sit back, you know, because the artist was cool, as all his homeboys. Like I just sit back, you know, absorb, and then give back like what pieces of me I feel like are appropriate to give out with this crowd, you know. And it's like
So
just gotta portray. Yeah.
Let me ask you a few questions before we go here, Murphy. Double entendre, Dre.
Yeah.
How has he been How has he been like in your life? Like, what is he like? Has he been an inspiration to you, Dre?
Dre is the reason that I'm here today. Like, man, when I realized that Dre like isn't coming to Wisconsin with me, like I'm still obviously gonna see him. I'm still coming back down here, but man, like I was, you know, I was trying not to choke. It was like it was sad. I was very sad. Dre is my brother. Dre's the dude that has taken me under his wing and given me the credibility that I have now. Like there was some like when I was starting off, I didn't have the credibility, but like he's been in this, you know. So like when they see me with him, they're like, "Oh snap! Like this kid's tight," you know. And when I do it on like the same level as him, you know, when we go back and back together, we just work and like I don't know, Dre. Yeah,
Dude, Dre is just a great human being.
I know.
He really is. And
I could
the
write an
first
essay.
time I met him, I like he was just an awesome person.
Yeah,
Cared about me, cared about like who I am, did like, you know, like say like, oh, this kid's paralyzed, you know. Eric put in a good word for me, but Dre has always been a good dude, and like I speak highly of that guy. And
like-
hopefully I can put some of his music in the podcast soon.
Like
you know.
I would honestly, if I got a shot, like I kind of just want to do it with double. Like if I got an opportunity to get on, I would be like, yo, like you want me on? I could be 10 times better if you get me and him on. You know, like I want to keep working while this weekend when I move up to Wisconsin, you know, I'm new territory, new venues, new lands, new connections. I want to represent for both me and Dre. I represent as an individual party, but anything that I gain, like any spots, any studios, any venues that I gain, like my knowledge, pass them on to Dre. Yo, Dre, come crash, you know, spend the weekend at my crib. And then we just go in the city, do our thing.
Is the support in the scene like that common, or
So
the camaraderie within the scene? I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
No, yes, it's like
'Cause
not.
I would think of it as like a competition.
Yeah, it's there are cliques, a lot of cliques. Like me and Dre, that's just two dudes who are solid. But there are just like a couple of like organizations and groups, and I won't say their name, but they run like, they try to run like music things out here and like news outlets, but it's all very cliquey. Like you can't get in. Like they kind of just control everything, and that's like what I don't like, because I think everybody should be supporting everybody, but like at the end of the day, I understand nobody cares about your art more than you do. So same goes for every other artist. Like they want to push their art like it's the Bible, But
Yeah. Shout out to Double Entendre. We'll put his music in the description below. He's got
Double
some
is
great
fresh.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's got some great stuff. But let's get back to you, man. So I met you in Chicago, right, at Gaines. I honestly didn't think your music was gonna be good just by seeing you, bro. Like I'm just being real with you.
It was before the glow up though. Like
Yeah. But like I heard some of your music and I was just like, wow, dude, this guy can really make some good music. Like I think he can spit, is what people would say. Like he does a good job. You're a graphic. And then I find out you're producing your own music. I'm just like, how the fuck do you do that? And we went over it. I mean, like slightly. Like that's probably like just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to producing. Like, what's next for you besides getting the new equipment? Are you gonna try new territory when it comes to like new music genres? Are you gonna stick with hip hop?
I'm gonna explore the faces of hip hop. So my next album, I'm working on a very sample focused boom bap heavy album, and then after that I want to go towards a more jazz direction, working with live bands for like licks and stuff, drum breaks, just like live backing instruments, and yeah, I have a lot of stuff planned.
What excites you about this life?
About this
Being
life,
an artist.
man, just the respect and the hopes for a different future.
Right.
Cause like I have been through a lot, and that's just like what I'm trying to aim for, is like a new life, one that I never could have imagined, like coming from the house that I came from.
Were you surprised that like this is what you wanted to do?
Not initially, yeah, but then I was like, my whole life I've always wanted to create. Like I've always like I said,
the
like
Legos.
like stories and stuff, Legos, like little building bricks, like stuff like that. Like I would always love to imagine. I've always had a big imagination, but now my imagination is much more. My imagination is like fine tuned to fueling into my music.
There's no other option, is there?
Yeah, I mean it's really just like that's why I'm moving, because my parents were like, like if you want to do it, you got to do it on your own. And I'm like, okay, I will move out, do
That's facts.
Yeah. Do it on my own, work, get that money, reinvest in myself. It's gonna be a long winter, and I'm not gonna be up on social media. Like this is probably gonna be like my last appearance in a podcast or something up until 25. Just maybe like a couple podcasts like up in Milwaukee if the opportunity presents itself to get established. But I wanna go MIA for a bit and really just
just be in your mind, like write and produce and do what Murphy does.
You can't be in like an episode of like, you can be creative with other people being out in the scene like this, but like your best art will come inside of you from solitude, spent by yourself, and that will come out in solitude.
Yeah. So. Were you surprised when I said, "Hey, Murphy, can I use your song as my background?"
Yeah, dude. Cause like, I don't know, just Green Thumb to me, I'm kind of sick of that song just because I've heard it so much. But like, no, it's dope to see. Like, I remember when I got that text too. The way it made me feel, I was just like, it's like it was a good day. I was like, yeah, like shit, it's just going right.
Max wants this. What?
I was like, yeah, let's go, getting respect. But
So it's about the respect. That's what you like, right? The respect. People giving you respect for the hard work you're putting in. Yeah.
the respect and the bonds that are made.
Yeah.
Like, I love the connections that I have. Like, I love having a connection with you, Double, Eric, like other
Yeah.
venues around here. Like, just like, man, I'm 19. Everybody, all of my peers, their friends are 19. I tell everybody my friends are like late 20s, early 30s. I'm like, what? And it's like, it's cool because I get to be around adults who have like been through shit,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it just puts me ahead, just pushes me a couple steps ahead.
What do you hope that your art does for the world?
I hope that it inspires peace for oneself, and that I can inspire all the kids who just struggle with identity and what household they come from to believe that they can be the greatest version of themselves no matter what situation they're placed in.
It's good stuff, man.
Solid.
Yeah, you talked about how you kind of surround yourself around music,
Yeah.
and like you just play instrumentals,
Yeah.
and so you can like learn how to freestyle better.
Yeah.
Why do you choose like early '90s music, hip hop?
I've always had a love for like old school hip hop above all. I grew up with like a lot of old school hip hop playing in my mom's car. She would always be on 104.3. So it was always like old school hip hop hits, classics, throwbacks.
Right.
So I really like TLC, Biggie, Nas was on a couple times,
Right.
and like Ja Rule, just like that. I don't know. There's something about the way that the music
You like the
was
culture.
made. Yeah,
I mean, you like the culture. Like that's
Yeah.
probably what it
Like,
is. And like
the hip hop
it was
culture.
probably hard to make music back then too. I mean, like it's so easy now, probably like compared to back then. Like the
Yeah.
technology we have. We talked about that in the last podcast. You
Yeah.
know, like it's so easy now, but like back then,
It
like
was like back then it was taking vinyl records and like putting it on the table and then scratching the vinyl and then cutting it up.
now it's like AI
It's like-
generated.
yeah, like all that analog equipment is on a menu in my FL Studio. It's like
Yeah.
physical equipment is good, it's better, but it's so expensive. So it's like when you get the FL Studio, it's like it's just like I don't know, digitalized version.
Right. What would you have to say to people who are trying to chase a dream like yours right now?
You are gonna have to suck really hard at first, and you have to accept the fact that you can't be where you want to be when you start, that you have to lay the road out and build brick by brick to get to the higher living status that you want, because you got to think about it. That living status is higher than you're currently living. You can only get there by putting in the work and climbing up that ladder. So embrace the fact that it's a grind to get to where you want to be. And once you embrace that fact and you keep pushing, you can get anywhere. And once you envision and manifest yourself in future scenes where you are living the life that you want to live, that's how you know that you're on the right path. When you see that in your mind every day. That's the inspiration.
Yeah. Jackson fucking Murfee, everybody.
Jackson motherfucking Charles Murphy.
That's right,
MURFEE.
Jackson Murphy. Spell it out.
JACKSONCHARLES MURPHY. Murphy the Kid on IG. I'm one hell of a guy. I'm gone.
Dude, that's sick, man. Hey, I'm happy you came back. Like,
Hey,
I know
bro.
you got a lot of stuff cooking, and hopefully,
Bro.
I'm here to bring you with me. I hope you know that.
Yeah, bro. I'm here to bring all the OG. There are people in the Illinois scene who I've met who are very fake. Max, I would love to do the honor of telling you that you're a good human. I like, yo, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Round of applause for Max, man. Hey, first podcast I ever been on. Shout out to Max, provided the opportunity. And look, I think I turned out pretty good, you know?
Yeah, no, dude, you're killing it, man. Like, you're gonna continue to kill it. I saw something in you as soon as I heard that song, Green Thumb, and that will continue to be my song for as soon as this podcast goes, and as long as you let me use it.
And there's only gonna be better coming out, man. Like the skills that I have learned from. Because like when I first started being in this, it was just me. Now I've been like saturated with other creatives, and I have so much inspiration. So I'm like, words cannot emphasize how excited I am to showcase the growth that has happened. Because it's like I'm a whole new artist, but not like it's not like different music. It's just like, whoa, like he understands it more, you know.
Bro, you're 19 years young, you know what I mean?
And I'm getting a crib.
And he's getting a crib.
And I'm
He's
getting
getting
a
his own house. Murphee's killing it, man. Hey, if you want to check out his music, where you go?
You go to Murfee on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, and one more time, that is MURFEE, baby. That's EE. Murfee the Kid on Instagram.
Murphy the Kid, everybody.
Come at me, man.
And if you guys like this content, you like the podcast, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And you know, I love hearing what everybody has to say about like the growth we're doing with this podcast. And I'm paralyzed from neck down, breathing through a machine, but that doesn't stop me from following my dreams and doing what I love to do. I don't got an excuse. Neither should you.
Go and follow your dreams, and when the haters come attack, you gotta vibe and weave. Gotta hit them where it hurts, like Muhammad Ali. You got a torch on the way, cause it's time to leave. Said the parties never end, and we ain't got to leave. Cause the night's still young, just enjoy the breeze. Damn, can't lie, today was a good day. Fell fly, new cool kicks and a kick-ass ride. And I kick it with my dogs, we just tryna get by.